The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. Just want to change something. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No. Okay, what we've got is a Dow. Let me go back to this right now. I've got the bonds up, but I wanted to go to that. Just had a couple of things to do there. Okay, so we've got the Dow having dropped over 200 points. Now it's down 158 at 39,338. What I'd say to subscribers to my opening call, because we are long number of issues. I say that you can expect a little bit of a rest period today after such a big move. But most important is that the price has moved up very nicely in the Dow. I'll show you right now. The S&P is down 3. It was down much more at 53.41. But you can see the price is good, but the technicals need a lot of work to improve. If you go to the QQQ, up 32 cents now at 450.62. That pink 9-period moving average is still under the 14. It's got a lot of work to do. So now let's go to the IWM, the Russell 2000. That's the one that was leading for a little while last week, and then it stalled, and now it is down $1 at 205.38, holding quite nicely. But here again, you want to see price and the technicals move in the same direction. Let's go to the gold. Gold is moving very nicely. It's up 17 today. It's making higher highs and higher lows. I like this action. I think that's very important. If you don't mind, I'm just going to get out of something right now. Even though it's going higher, I'm going to do this. Where can I do that? Okay, right there. I'm just going to raise that. Stop right there to 62. That's good. Okay, so within the context of what we're looking at here, you've got gold moving very nicely. Finally, the GDX is acting well. It had been lagging. It had been lagging the gold price itself. Now the GDX, whoops, where did I type that? Did I type it in the wrong place? Probably did. On this Monday, the 12th of August, gosh, almost halfway through the month of August, winter is coming very soon. 36.37 up 53 cents. It's acting quite nicely, but it's not acting as well as the price of gold itself. These are the gold miners. Let's go to silver. Silver at this point is trading up 17 cents at 27.72, acting not nearly as good as the gold. Let's go to the high-grade copper. High-grade copper finally having a bit of a bounce. Yeah, that's nice, up 0.05 at 4.05. Even more important than that is that when you look at the SCCO, that is the Southern Copper, it's going peak A, peak B. It's already leg C, and yet it's hardly done anything. There's a lot we're looking at a mixed market. And what I've said to subscribers is we're trying our very best to be in what's working and what's working very well. Because if you can do that, if you don't mind, I'm just going to exit something right now. Exit. I have no reason other than it's done very nicely. There you go. Okay. So in the context of everything that I'm looking at, the most important aspect is that you want to try your very best to be in the sectors and the areas that are working. I don't feel that although we have one position that is in an area that hasn't been on fire, it has done quite nicely. It is a sector that I think has the potential to do well August into September. But that has to be proven. The other positions we have are positions where they've been working quite nicely. And I think that that's the way you have to look at it. This is maybe not the time to be looking at what will work in 3 months' time. It's what's working now because we're seeing a modulation in the market. Let me show you what I mean. XLI, type that in the wrong place. That is the industrials, but it's the S&P industrials, much broader. Has had a very nice move, about a 50% gain from the high that was made up in the 120s into the low, into the mid 118 areas, say. And then what happened is we've run and we've gone to 123.77. If you look at the weekly chart, and this is the S&P Select Industrial Spider Fund, it's kind of, this is a pattern I don't particularly like. I always draw it in, and it doesn't do what a lot of people expect, and that is they say, oh my God, an expanding wedge formation, that's going to collapse and go all the way through the base. What happens is very often you just treat it as if this is the Chapman wave inside track repellent zone, this is the propellant zone, and it's kind of stuck in the middle. Yes, it can make a diamond formation, but that's not the issue. The issue is that when you think of this being the industrials, and we've had such fluctuation in the industrials. You've seen what Caterpillar's done, seen in General Electric, those are industrials. But now look at this. I'm going to move this weekly chart, and you'll see that the 9-period moving average is still holding very well, but is starting to lag a little bit. So the price at 123.78 needs to get into over the body of this candle from the weekly chart from the week of the 2nd of August, where the high that open was 126.70. Where are we now? 123.75. So there's a way to go, and if it can do that, all of a sudden I'm looking at the upside. This is what we call the inside track. Let me show you. This goes green, and that goes pink. I use pink because red, you can see a differentiation between the red and the pink. And that says there's a chance you can work your way towards the upper part of the band. If the 9-period moving average in the next week or two starts to go pink, in other words, it goes underneath the 14-period moving average, a negative, then I think we start to see the bottom part being tested. So in the meantime, where is it? It's just stuck in a range. It's stuck in this range. If you look at the monthly chart, I did this the other day. Let me just show you. So these are projections that I like to make. I did that in the E-mini this morning. I'll show you the same thing. First of all, let me show you this. And it says there's a chance, if everything comes right, that there could be a 1-to-1 to the upside, taking the Dow the XL S&P in select industrials to the 141, I believe it is. Let me give you the exact number right here. Yeah, 143, 144 area. And it's at 123, and it's another 20 points. That's a long way to go. But that would be the 1-to-1, and the measured move says it could be March of next year. I don't want to go that far out. I'm just saying, look, the monthly chart is walking the 9-period moving average, and this is really important because we didn't even get to the 200-period moving average of 117 in the daily chart on that big pullback. It stopped at 119, and now we're at 123. So there are good signs, are good things happening, and I think we just need to look at this very selectively. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi, so a couple of folks mentioned some stocks that I wanted to look at, and also had some questions from over the weekend, so let me get to those right now. I don't think I've finished everything. No, I haven't. Let me just finish them. So bonds right now are trading up just 1/32, 122, let's call it 123. So you can see this peak E that was made in the daily chart, and now we've pulled back, but that 9 is still over the 14. So this is a work in progress. It's after a spectacular move to the upside. It's taking a breather. It is a peak C in the weekly chart, and it's only a leg B in the monthly chart. This is the 30-year bond continuous contract. If I go to the TLT, it's almost the same thing. Had a big move to the upside at 99.94, and now it's just kind of stalling. Stalling, I don't think is good. I want to see it moving much higher so that the yields can come down. If you look at the TBT, that had a very sharp pullback right under the 200-period moving average of the weekly chart, and then it bounced, did a Fibonacci exact move to the downside. Now it's bouncing a leg D, making a peak D, a trough D if there's no new low this week. And the monthly chart in the arch formation did take out the left side low, but it's a monthly chart. You have to wait for the end of the month. But the weekly chart closed well above that left side low of January, around about the 29s, 28, no, I think it's 29. So now what we're looking at is if yields can come down, that's going to be important. However, look at this, Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers has a big spike to an all-time high, and it goes to a peak A, peak B, and then it suddenly stops. So this is a question. Do we have, no, we did. We've made a lower low. So this has to be a peak B. I don't know how this is going to resolve. I've got it as a peak F in the weekly chart, and that just says in the Chapman methodology, this is a very critical moment because at 128.06 with an all-time high in the 145, 146 area, how does it get back there? Look at Lennar. Lennar, same sort of thing, makes a high around about 184, pulls back to 169 right now, and it's just kind of stalled. 9-period moving average is actually pretty close to going negative. So, and the weekly chart is still very positive. So how does this resolve? If you look at Builder, this is a company that constructs building materials, manufactures components. Builder's first source. It's the same thing. Makes a peak D at just under 175. I wonder, I missed the round number, right? Yeah, it was 174 something. 174.89. Wow, 174.89. 4.89. Slumps down to the 139 area, pops up to 164, and now it's at 156. Just kind of stuck. So I'm watching these very closely. Now, what's working? What's working is that certain sectors, let's go to, say, Meta. Meta is down to a quarter today at 515.43, but it's up in the higher range. So I would call this working because it hasn't broken down, had a chance to drop sharply. So Facebook, Meta, META is trading at 515.55. I think this is nice action. It's not great action on a daily basis, but if you look at the weekly chart, it's very impressive. And then you get to an Amazon trading way down from 201.20, the most recent all-time high, back on the 8th of July, slumps down to the 151 area, and here it is at 168. It's acting quite poorly. So that's what I'm saying. It's a very mixed market. Palantir I was asked about. Palantir made a new recovery high today at 2973.29, acting extremely well. Looked terrible just a week and a half ago. Beginning of August. What date was that? That was August the 5th. It slumps down to 21.23 after just 2 weeks before being in the 29s. And now where is it? It's made a high of 31.20, and it's down a little bit from that high, down 27 cents from Friday's close. Leg D in the weekly chart. Some stocks are they're in their own world. I wonder what happened to Disney after all that talk over the weekend. Spectacular this and spectacular that. Disney is down 27 cents at 85.94. I don't know. All that talk about Disney being so good, and yet it hasn't been able to do anything. It just makes lower lows and lower highs. And from everything I heard, I thought, maybe this is something. This is now one of those that I'm talking about in the big turnaround area, but it's not turning around yet. I think it'll have to get into on a weekly basis, it'll have to be in the 92s. It's at 85. Let's go to 86 right now. It'll have to get into the 92 or higher area to say, you know what, I'm really attempting that turnaround I was implying with all those spectacular this and spectacular that mentioned over the weekend. And so, those athletes, oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me. I kept talking about this. I've been talking about this for at least 4 Olympic Games. I've said, I know from my own experience as a sprinter in my youth, high school, the handing the baton, you practice it. There's a certain, like a cup formation you make with your thumb and your index finger, and you practice just popping it right in there and grabbing it and running. It should be seamless. That's what you expect in the handoff in a baton exchange. And lo and behold, for the 4th time, I think it is, the men screwed it up. What is going on? I mean, there's just no excuse. It's a practice mechanical exercise. The most fantastic athletes in the world, and they mess up a fundamental, crucial, critical exercise. I don't know. It's very disappointing. All right, let's get back to our market. And all I can say is those athletes every year. Someone sent me a note saying, I didn't read it because I disagreed with the title immediately, saying there was a discussion and a couple of physicians were talking about this. And one physician said, we've reached the ultimate level in sports in all the records. And I said, come on, what are you talking about? I mean, I remember when the 10-second 100 yards was an issue. I remember when the 4-minute mile. I mean, we're talking about numbers now that are just, they're nothing. Those old numbers are gone. Human nature is human nature. Human nature will constantly strive for the next best performance. That's just the way it is. So what I am going to do is, at this particular point, I'm going out of Disney, and I want you to talk about a couple of things. So one is gold. This is former Barrick Gold. Very nice move. Up $1.08 at 18.48. Now it's just breaking the Chapman wave falling axe formation. Right there. Right there. It's just broken it right there, but the day's young. Has to close sharply above. But this is good action. It's got a peak C in the week. I suspect that the 19s will be a target. 19 is that number here, because that'll make leg in the chart. And that's 19.46. Starts leg in the weekly chart. It's pushed above the 200-period moving average. Very nice action. Congratulations to those of you who have Barrick Gold, GOLD is this.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Just trying to check about emails. Okay. So GE has had a spectacular move. Now GE, now I could do the same thing right here. I could draw this expanding wedge formation. So, this one does look like there's a chance over the next month or so, if the at 166.11 right now, if the 160 level support is taken out, it could retest the low. But right now, it's walking the 9-period moving average in the weekly. The 9 just flipped to green again. GE, great company. It was one of the worst companies for 20 years. Now it's one of the very best, making all-time highs recently, pulled back from that, having a well-earned rest. So that's GE. The other question I had was, where did it go? Yeah, could I look at the semiconductors, NVIDIA? I think NVIDIA might do okay right now, but I think that the all-time high of 140.76 is a split, of course, on the 20th of June. I think that's going to be tough to break at this point. I think it needs more time. Time is not an issue as long as it just consolidates sideways. It's still, I like to talk about GE as on a different level. This is looking at PE, looking at fundamentals, looking at all sorts of things. NVIDIA is different. It's a growth stock. Growth stocks have PEs that are out of sight. Well, that's pulled back quite a bit, but it's still very high. But it's different. You invest in NVIDIA because it is a speculation that the company itself, GPU, accelerated computing, all sorts of things that are really additive to AI and automotive, everything, that it's in demand. And as long as it's in demand, it's going to be profitable. I think right now you're looking at some competition, but it's just different ways of investing. A person who owns GE might not even think of having an NVIDIA, and a person who has NVIDIA wouldn't even dream of having a GE. But sometimes you can have the two in a portfolio because they are doing different things. So NVIDIA at 110, I think the whole area of the teens is going to be very difficult to break. In other words, getting to 120, it might take a little while to do that. And most importantly, I would say that the low today is 101.00, round number low. Below 99, it's a problem. But I think it's doing okay. Advanced Micro Devices, different kettle of fish altogether. Look, they went from 227.30 back in March down to the most recent low of 121. That's almost cut in half. So this is, to me, just a bounce. I don't see much in Advanced Micro Devices. I wouldn't put it in the category of Intel, which is just horrible. I mean, that is the gap. It went below the gap low. This is terrible. At 19.64, it's trying to have a bounce maybe to 22, the 9-period exponential moving average. There again, two completely different companies. But Advanced Micro Devices is maybe the more speculative. I put it in the category right now of even being a little bit more speculative than NVIDIA, in the sense that NVIDIA is just taking a breather, but Advanced Micro Devices is in, from what I understand. I wish we had like Dave White still around to be able to discuss this in greater detail and more articulate and with more cogency. But I'm just saying, price-wise, what I'm looking at is Advanced Micro Devices at 137. It could have a bit of a bounce. Percentage-wise, it might be better even than maybe an NVIDIA. But it needs a lot, and this is not. I think this is the area where if people go back into the semiconductors after maybe pulling out, they'll go back to the leaders. And I don't think Advanced Micro Devices has been a leader for quite a while, since March, and the others made all-time highs. Did MU do that? Micron? Yes, MU did that in July at 157.57. Peak D, and has come all the way back to the 80s. I mean, wow, cut in half. So they're all doing different things. So now I wanted to do this because I think it's quite important. And, GEV question. GEV, now wait, do I know GEV? GE Vernova LLC. I can't remember is this the split? GE Vernova. Anyway, it's gone to a peak D in the weekly chart. Yeah, it looks like an IPO. I think it's part of the split for GEs. So back in May or so, June, it was trading. It opened at about 118, spikes all the way in the next few months up to the 186 area. And then at peak D in the weekly chart, it just pulls back. So if your question is, I like to say, would I buy, would I sell, or would I stay away? And in this particular instance, I'm interested in buying because it's stuck in this range that it's like a magnet. It keeps wanting to go back into this area right here. Let me show you in the weekly chart. I'll just draw it in as a rectangle right there. It keeps, and I'm not sure it's going to break above it just yet, but it keeps wanting to go from 177 to the high that was made right there. And that is the high of the 20th of June at 185.50. Yes, I like it very much. I don't like the fact that it was making lower highs and lower lows, but if you think of it this way, it's really the Chapman falling axe formation right here. Here's your declining trend line, lower highs, and then much lower lows, but it keeps wanting to come back. And this particular pattern says you've got to be a little careful because when it comes back and then it fails to take out, I'm just going to draw that like that. And I'll make this green, Chapman wave inside track within the falling axe formation. Okay, a declining cone. There you are. There. So it keeps coming back. So I like it very much, but I'm not sure it's going to break out just yet. It will break out if on a closing basis. I'd prefer to call it on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis, it can get to 187. It's trading at 177. That's 10 points higher, but I'll give it 2-3 weeks even. I don't care. And as long as it doesn't close below 169, right there. A close below 169 says it's going back to the lower part of the range, but as long as it holds here, it says, I'm going to keep attempting to bump into this inside track repellent zone. I want it to become a propellant zone. So yes, I do like it. I don't know if you're in it. Hello, GE Vernova Inc. You know what? I'm going to take a second right now. GE. Did I say Lenovo or no? Vernova. Oh, Vernova. I have Lenovo. A purpose-built company positioned with the solutions to accelerate the energy transition, building on 130 years. So that's the energy side of. Is that the energy side of GE? Must be. This is GE.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust. The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, so Avagio, which is Broadcom Inc. In the semiconductor at 149, really needs the 153.80s or higher to see that pink 9-period moving average cross positive. It is moving well. MACD hasn't crossed positive yet. It needs to. Yeah, this is all part of the bounce that I'm seeing in the semis. Now, what's really important, let me just go back to this for a moment. So how can I do this? I can go to, so there are a couple of things that are working, it's a couple of things that are not. Look, the XLF is holding okay. That's the S&P Select Financials, gone about 50% from the 44.11 high to the 40.60 something low. It's trading right now at 42.37. That 9-period moving average hasn't gone pink. And yet the weekly chart is holding pretty well. But when you go to KRE, and this is the regionals, they're having a terrible time. They went to 59.51. That was good. And then they plunged down to the, 51s. Now they're trading only at 52.96, up 15 cents. Something's not right. So that's what I'm saying, that there's a very mixed market. It's best to be working and keeping things more as trades, but staying with what's successful at this point, because that should remain successful a little while, so that when the tide changes, you've got to recognize the tide. Let me show you something. The Dow trading at down 26 at 39.468. That MACD, the moving average divergence, that is really weak. To get that positive, I don't even know what you'd have to be. You'd have to be at 39,700. You're at 39,460 right now. Actually, you'd even have to be higher than that. But it is testing once again the diagonal trend line that was a resistance, and we want to see if it's able to become support. That's number one. Number two is the 914 is also very weak. 9-period moving average, under the 14-period moving average. The stochastic is running, but it's still only 27%. The on-balance volume is pretty good, and the relative strength has moved off quite nicely off the low that was made at 38,490 in the Dow. And the weekly chart, the 9 is over the 14. So the price is acting well, but the technicals need a lot of work. So that tells me that we're going to use time, that we've made the VIX has gone from 56, unbelievable, 65.75, unbelievable. That's the carry trade, Japan, etc., exactly a week ago. 65 is just 15 points. Wait a minute, was it 15 points or 20 points? Off the COVID low. I mean, really? Yeah, 85.47, 20 points off the COVID high at 85.47 back in March of 2020 when we got that buy signal. We're still long from that buy signal. And look what's happened. It's plunged. It's plunged. Even today it's down at 1921. I mean, let's face it. That is a whopper of a move. But at the same time, we haven't seen the kind of follow through that you would expect after such a huge decline. 65 to, let's call it 20. I mean, that's a 40, that's a huge decline. And yet we haven't seen the commensurate move. Look at the S&P. But one thing that I always like to say is that if you can recognize the tide, once the tide has changed, that selling pressure is now turned into buy the dips pressure. And you've got to appreciate that. So short term, yes, you can get pullbacks like we had overnight from actually early this morning. We were up about 18 points and then we came back down sharply. But look at the buying that's come in. Now the S&P is up 17.89 at 53.62. I mean, that's impressive, right? That tells me that the mentality, and that's the reason why we have no shorts, even though I can see some stocks that look like great shorts, we haven't done anything. Why? Because I think the tide has changed. Even if it's the shorter term tide, I think it's changed to say, get your mindset to appreciate that there's buying pressure rather than what we saw before, which is the intense selling pressure. Okay, so with that said, look at the QQQ. This is the Index 100 trading vehicle, Invesco QQQ Trust Series, trading up almost $3 at 453.37. That is nice action, and this is still leg A. So we've spent a week, Monday of last week, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the sixth session with a gray leg A to the upside. Why do I call it gray? Because I don't yet have a buy signal, let alone a buy mode. A buy mode changes the lettering from gray to blue. All right? So that's good. That's the thing. And now's the other thing. The SMHs, oops, that's a big part of the QQQ. So the SMHs are holding very nicely here. In fact, they've improved. Now they're up almost 228.67. And that's what I'm saying, that I do see a bounce coming. How long it lasts is going to be the big question. So if you are long, I would just put a stop in, a trading stop on some part of the position, a call stop on the other. Just let it go. Because as I say, look, you've got a pink 9-period moving average this week coming up. But the week has got 5 days to go, almost full days. It's only an hour and a quarter into the first day of the week. So that says there's a good chance that S could disappear. And it stays green, the 9-period moving average for the weekly chart. So I needed to give you that information. Now, another thing that I want to look at here, was it a question in the Tiger Den or the regular Den? The Tiger Den or the YouTube? Or was it? Wind turbines. Okay. Okay, that's GEV wind turbines. Very good. I do like it. So I like it, but so far it hasn't broken out. Let's put it that way. And now I'm going to go here. I had it written. Oh, that's right, Bitcoin. I knew I forgot something. So Bitcoin is down 410. But now here's what's very important to me. In the spectrum of gold and Bitcoin, I treat them as rotating speculative areas. Now, when I say speculative, I just mean that they're volatile. They're moving a lot. That's all. I'm not saying, you're going into spec. No, they're stocks like any stock, but in fact, they've been very volatile. So it looks to me like the weekly chart has started to improve just a little bit in the Bitcoin, the weekly chart itself. I'll be back in a moment. We'll talk about Bitcoin and wood, which is the iShares Timber and Forestry ETF. Those two.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry Pesavento Friday, July 12th and Friday, July 26th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time for 3 hours of live trading. For this month only, use promo code LarryJuly24 at checkout to save $50 on your first month's subscription. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So I'm going to just talk about this for a moment. In the intraday chart, what I'm looking at here, let me just check, is that a question? Oh. That's what's not right. Minus 50% dividend suspended. Wait, what's that? I didn't see what that is. I'm not sure exactly what that applies to. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the 5-minute E-mini S&P. It's gone from the low that was made at 53, right there, 53.25. So it's gone to peak A, and it's gone to peak B right now, but still holding very well. I have no choice but to put an up arrow, meaning that it's in a buy signal upgraded to a buy mode. The stochastics at 94%, the MACD is good. And that just says that the 5-minute chart should go to a C and then a leg D. It could go higher, but that would be the obligation, right? This is only a leg A, but you made a peak D before. Why is this not an E? Because the starting point was right here at 5 o'clock this morning at 53.71. So once you take that out, you have to start. So this is a brand new leg A to the upside. I don't know if this is going to work, but there should still be a peak B, a peak C, and a peak D. It doesn't look like it's even possible, right? But that's the way I would look at this. It would fail if it took out 53.70. It wouldn't really fail at that point, but I'd say, wow, it's probably not going to work. But all I'm saying is that this is really good action in the market. So that's the 10-minute chart. Held the 200-period moving average and then broke above it. So all I can say is it looks to me like there should be higher highs to come, at least in the morning session. It's about 11 o'clock. Yeah, maybe going into even 1 o'clock. But if the 10 minutes is only in leg A, it should last into early afternoon. Will that happen? Really? We'll see. Have a great rest of the day. Check out Moment and Call Daily Newsletter, and I'll be back tomorrow. And stay tuned, Steve Rhodes and all the great